Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Angel. Just wanted to do a quick follow-up video to my last one. First off, just want to thank everyone for the positive feedback and the reviews I got on it, so thank you so much. With that video, I actually got quite a few emails asking me how to get exposed to chiropractic philosophy if you're not at a school that offers it. So what I thought I'd do is just do a quick little tidbit on how to get exposed to it and the way that I was exposed to it. So first off, I wanted to just basically say one of the best ways to really kind of get exposed to the philosophy is what, we've all heard in school one way or another, is the Green Books. This is by B.J. Palmer. This is actually the first one I would recommend you starting off with, which is The Bigness of the Fellow Within. It's a phenomenal book. Really just discusses innate intelligence, and it puts it more of in a story format, so it really makes it easy to understand and to really be able to process. So now, interesting thing, if you're going to a more evidence-based school, there's a good chance that your bookstore will not sell these. There's also a good chance that they're not on the shelf in the library. So what I would suggest is either ask your bookstore if you want to purchase it, or go to the library and ask the librarian for it. The librarian usually will have it. And if not, you can always contact any of the principal schools, Life West, Parker, Sherman. They all will sell the books at the bookstore. Another option is actually another great book, which is the ChiropracTIC textbook, which actually mostly talks about the 33 principles, which really is the basis of principal chiropractic. So it's a little bit of a shorter read, actually, a lot shorter of a read. But both of these are great starting points, so I would definitely recommend these two books. Another option, one that I use a lot, is I actually use my iPhone. I use podcasts. So podcasts are a really powerful way to learn information, to also use when you're traveling or driving to school or what have you. So what I use is something called Spinal Column Radio. It's a podcast that's put on pretty frequently. It's done by Dr. Thomas Lamar up in Washington State. And what he does is he interviews just really great chiropractors that are motivating and principled, and basically they tell you their story, and it's really just motivational. So I would highly recommend that. They're free. There's no cost. You can listen to them on your iPhone, or you can listen to them off the website. So you can just type in Spinal Column Radio in your App Store or iTunes, or you can just type it in Google, and you'll be able to find it rather easily. So I really recommend that. And lastly, I would also say just get involved in philosophy groups or chiropractic events in your area. So I kind of wrote down a few just so you know what they are. One of them is CalJam, that typically happens in March. That's in Southern California. Another one is DE, which stands for Dynamic Essentials, and that is 3 or 4 times a year, and it's in the Atlanta area. Another one is New Beginnings, which is in New Jersey. It happens about 4 times a year. Another one is Parker Seminars, happens 3 times a year, various places, Vancouver, Las Vegas, Toronto. Those are great events. And lastly, one that I've attended, The Wave, which is in August, and that's in the San Francisco area. All these are great events. They have speakers that will expose you to principal chiropractic. They're excited about chiropractic. They're very motivational. As a student at any school, you can go to any of these events. You get discounted pricing. So I'd highly recommend that. I'd also recommend finding a philosophy group in your area, be it an EPOC group, that's EPOC, or CORE, C-O-R-E. Those are groups that are across the country that get together and have meetings, philosophy meetings that have chiropractors come in and speak. And another thing I just kind of want to give you just as another option, just because I like to read things, is there's various magazines out there that are offered. This one's Spiz magazine. This is put on by actually Billy DeMoss. And really great magazine, just gives you a lot of articles and gives you a lot of insight to principal chiropractic. There's also the ICA, which is the International Chiropractic Association. It's a principal chiropractic association, unlike the ACA, which is not. And they put on a magazine, if you're a member, which I recommend you joining, ICA, that's International Chiropractic Association. Great magazine, has some things. There's also Dynamic Chiropractic, which probably most of you have in your library. I recommend you just perusing through it, see what's going on in the profession. And just really looking at the magazines, joining the philosophy groups. So to get your philosophy exposure, I'd recommend the Green Books, podcasts like Spinal Column Radio, as well as joining various philosophy groups in your area, going to various philosophy events like CalJam, The Wave, Parker Seminars, and lastly, getting some magazine subscriptions to kind of keep yourself exposed to what's going on. So thank you again for your time, and if there's actually any topics or any more information you want to get a hold of me, you can just do it on my channel here, or you can send me an email at flamingpizy@gmail.com. So thanks again. Look forward to talking to you guys soon. Cheers.